Hey gamers, this is Joe from What I'm Playing Now, and we are live with our 2018 Gencant stream. We should be live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Let me adjust chat real quick here and make sure all of our chat channels are connected. And I think we should be connected to everything now. Yep, I'm seeing 3 of 3 on our chats. So, Kim and I couldn't make it to Gencant this year, so we're going to be participating in Gencant. One of the first games we're going to be playing, let's see if I can hold this box up here. This is Hoplomachus, Rise of Rome. This game is a couple years old. They had several Kickstarters for this, but Chip3 Games was kind enough to give us a review copy of this one while we were at Origins. So one of the things I want to start doing as kind of like a new weekly show is I would like to start doing a solo playthrough on Wednesdays, Wednesday evenings, and I will be playing through a game probably like 4 times. So, you know, like during a 1-month period, I'll be playing through the same game 4 times. So what I'll probably be doing is, I wanted to start this one today, even though it's Thursday, not Wednesday, because of Gencant. And I kind of wanted to do this game because I think it'd be kind of neat. We're going to play through, today we're going to fight Menuetius. And I think there's a couple other titans in here that I'm going to be able to play a solo game against. So we're going to give that a shot over the next couple weeks and see if we can defeat any of these. I've been playing through this, and I will say, when you're playing the game correctly, it is very difficult to actually win against some of these titans. I have most of the game set up. The only thing I don't really have set up is my tactic chosen. I'm going to take the bolster health tactic, which will allow me to add 2 health to a friendly non-champion unit. I'm going to set these other ones off to the side over here. I'm also going to choose from 6 of these other... I want to make sure I have all the right ones here. Yes, yes, yes. I want to make sure I have ones that aren't supposed to be here. Yep. So I'm going to shuffle these up real quick, and I'm going to take 6 of these and then set the other ones aside. One of the things in fighting Menuetius, I pray that I actually get the actual gladiator here that has the stun ability. I played a game last night where I didn't have that stun ability. It makes it much more difficult, because pretty much the only people that can attack Menuetius are going to be ones that are either carrying one of these shards that are around the 4 corners of the board, or if they have an alt attack, because he can only be attacked when he is stunned or with alt attacks. And he only has 5 health at the beginning, but as we're going through the game, the health chips that are under the 4 pillars here get added to him when I damage them. And actually these need to be flipped over to their gray side because none of them are active. My champion is not active. I kind of had everything active there, but let's inactivate everything at the beginning of the game here. We're going to choose 6 of these. Oh, he goes in there too. I already have my 4 footholds kind of selected here, along with the CF Gladiator, which I'm kind of going to keep hidden, maybe until we flip him over. And Kimmy is saying everything looks good. Thank you, Kimmy. Appreciate it. So we're going to randomly choose 6 of these. I don't want to see them. I kind of want to be surprised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't want to see what I have left over. So if I don't have that stun ability, these are supposed to go down here. If I don't have that stun ability, it's going to make for a very, very interesting game. So now that I have my footholds in the proper location, I'm going to draw my gladiators, set those in the right space, and we pretty much should be ready to go. My first draw is going to be a Roman tactician. He has initiative and strategic attack. Strategic attack will allow me to use another yellow dice on an adjacent character. We have a Roman archer, which has first strike and long shot. So at least we have somebody that has an alt attack at a range, but it's only one yellow die. Oh, we got my tactic out. I always draw that first, it seems like, in this game. And for our last one, we have our Roman tactician, which basically has one hit for no roll. He has initiative. So with initiative, he is allowed to, I think, move the minute he comes into ground. Unit can move the same turn it is deployed. So that's what initiative gives him. He has an innate of strategic attack, just like the other tactician. So as of right now, we don't have the character with a stun ability. I don't know if choosing these randomly or not is the right way to go when you're doing this one. I believe you're supposed to, though, so that's how we did it. So everybody wish me luck. Let's flip over to the board, and there we have the board. In this game, when you're playing solo, you have your champion over here. As long as he is alive, you're good. If he dies, you will pretty much lose the game. Your goal is to defeat the Titan, which starts off in the center of the table here. To be able to fight the Titan, though, what you need to do is you need to have, well, you can fight him at any time to damage him. But to be able to kill him, you need to have 3 of these pillars that are around the corners of the board active. How do you activate them? You will go around and attack them. Now, the trick against fighting Menoetius is that when one of these becomes active, that is where he will start moving towards. So it's almost like a game of tag is what you're trying to do, is get him into different spots of the board and try to see if you can draw him away from your champion, because where he will go immediately is towards your champion to try to damage him. And I think pretty much on the first turn, there's pretty much no way you're going to be able to defend against that. Your champion is going to start taking possibly some damage very, very early on here. Down here, we have our foothold ships and our archers. Actually, since we are playing as the Romans, I have my Rome chip here. We actually have Carinian spearmen. They do ranged attacks. They will go on the pillars here once we get these pillars cleared off and removed. Yes, hi Stewie. And we'll be able to place them there. Now, if we don't get that gladiator that actually has the stun ability, I have a feeling they're kind of going to be useless in this game because they don't have an alt attack. And if we have no way to stun him, then we're not really going to be able to use them too much. But they will go in the different pillars once they are removed. When I earn them, they'll sit over here. If you ever earn more than 2, you will have to discard 1 if you earned a 3rd. So I think at this point, we are pretty much ready to get started. So the first thing I actually do is they give you the nice kind of phases of the game right over here. You have a deploy phase, move phase, attack phase, and draw phase. In a solo game, it's rather simple actually to play. For my first deploy, I think what I'm going to do is, well, I either deploy my archer or one of the tacticians, and I think I'm probably going to go with one of the tacticians, mainly because I really don't want to see my archer die right off the bat. Now, normally when you deploy, you're going to deploy on one of the spaces that has like the red dots on here, so I could deploy him to one of these 2 spots. I can deploy him to the middle. If I do that, the only thing he can do is move. They can't do any attacks from there, and you can actually deploy over to here as well onto the opponent's side. And I'm kind of thinking that's kind of what I want to do, is maybe deploy him to the other side to try to get him away from my gladiator. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to deploy him out to here to this location. He does have initiative, so he can do a move. So where do I want to move to? I think what I want to do is probably move to right here. I can't do an attack on the first one. Initiative doesn't give you the option to do the attack. So I've pretty much done my deploy. I've done my move. I can't do an attack because my current champion is inactive. My character is next to there, could damage it, but considering he was just brought into the game, I'm pretty sure I've been playing that he cannot do that unless if he has like the first strike ability. Initiative does just give him the move. So we're on to the draw phase. So in the draw phase, what you do is you refill your row of gladiators up to 4 because you can play a tactic and do a deploy in one turn. So that's how you can possibly be missing 2 tokens from this row. So I'm hoping I'm going to get the character that has a stun, and I actually did. We got the Roman Hoplomachus, which has an innate ability of absorb. He also has an alt attack for a stun for the blue die. At least so far, the game looks like it's going to play a little nicer than the one I did last night. I played several games yesterday, and the first game I did okay. The second game, without having that stun ability, wow, things just really never got moving for me. So we've done our deploy, we've done our move, we've done our attack because we really didn't have one. I've done my draw. I'm pretty much done with my phases. And what we're going to do next is it's the Titan's phase. So the first thing for the Titan is he gets to roll his dice. What does Menoetius get to roll? He gets to roll a black, a green, 2 blue, and 2 yellow. I'm going to set these other dice kind of off to the side here over by the rest of the health so I don't have to sort through those every time. And I have my nice handy dandy chip theory dice tray over here that we're going to roll into. All right, so no hits, so I guess that is a good thing. But let's see what we end up with over here. We have a bunch of movement, and the shard shock is going to go off, but let's take care of the movement first. So with the black and the green dice, he has an aggressive move. What that does is I perform the move twice. If Menoetius is within 2 hexes of a pillar, that pillar gains 2 health and is set to inactive. All of our pillars are inactive. All of our pillars are at full health. I was reading on Board Game Geek that the pillars can't go above 4 health, from my understanding. So we will just see what he does for his move. I will roll a 6-sided die here, and we're going to have to do it twice. So I rolled a 3. 1 to 3. I move 1 towards the closest active shard. There is no active shards. So the other option on here is he moves towards a champion. So he is 2 spaces away from a champion pretty much no matter where I move him. So I think we're pretty much just going to move him right over here off of that center spot. He has 1 more move left from his aggressive move. That is a 5. He moves 3 towards the closest active shard or champion. He is only 1 away. He will go right next to my champion. So that is the black and green die. For the blue die, it's actually a shard shock. All active shards do 1 damage to all adjacent units. Luckily, all of these are inactive. Nobody is going to take any damage. So that is going to be that for the blue die. He didn't roll any yellow ones, so he doesn't hit my champion actually. So we are good in that department. And the Titan phase is over. It's going to be back to my turn now. We're back at the top of my player phase. And what we're going to do is we're going to do another deploy. What do I want to put out next? If I put out my Roman Hoplomachus, he can stun Menoetius. Menoetius does unstun at the beginning of his turn, though. So it's not like he is stunned for a full round like we would be, because he does have a stun ability. If I roll 2 blue dice for Menoetius, he does a shard slam. It's basically you perform a shard shock, which is going to be 1 damage to anybody that is near a shard. Or any unit holding a shard is stunned and takes 1 damage. So normally the shard shock only damages people who are adjacent to a shard. A shard carrier will not be damaged, from my understanding on the Board Game Geek forums, will not be damaged if they're holding it, unless if the shard slam happens. So I really don't have too many people with some big attacks here. And like I said, I really kind of hate to pull out my Hoplomachus already. I think we may do our Archer, which has 2 health. Now, where do I want to deploy him to? He has a movement of 1 only. So I'm thinking about possibly maybe deploying him over here. Because I can maybe move him over the next round or so, because he has a range of 2 for his attack. I can maybe move him over here next round and then attack from there. And I think that's what we're going to do for our deploy. For our move, I'm not really going to move anybody, because I think our tactician is pretty much in place as of right now. So I think we're pretty much going to go on to the attack phase. My Archer can't attack because he started off in the center area here, and you can deploy to the center area. You can deploy to the center square even where your Titan starts. But if you are there at the beginning of your turn, you do take 1 damage. Around here, around the outer sides of that center square circle, or the center hexagon, I guess you could say, you don't take damage, but you also can only move. You can't do any of your... You know, I just noticed he has first strike. So he can attack the same turn it's deployed. I'm wondering if I should basically move him, actually deploy him here, because he can actually attack this shard then. Start getting Menoetius down there, and then I can maybe move him over towards this shard while Menoetius is moving down here. So this way he's not attacked by him. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go do a quick change there, since I actually just noticed that. So, did our deploy. We're not going to do a move. We're actually going to do our attack now. My Roman tactician is basically just going to do a... what I could do is... I could put him over here, because with his strategic attack, that would give him an extra yellow die, and then I could bring him over here. That would be the much better thing to do. I'm glad I'm actually kind of looking at this. Strategic attack gives his basic attack die, or basic attack, an extra yellow die. So, since that is ranged, you really don't have to worry about line of sight in this game, which is very nice. For my attack, so, okay, we're done with our movement now. No more movement. I'm not going to change anything else, I promise. For my first attack, we're going to let the tactician actually damage this. That will make that active. This chip goes to Menoetius as another health. He starts off with 5. There are 16 around there, so essentially he could end up with 21 health, which you definitely don't want to see. So then I'm going to do my first strike. My Roman Archer utilizes a black, a yellow, and with the strategic attack that is given to him from the tactician, he will get a second yellow. So we're going to have a black die and 2 yellow dice. And if we can get 3 on this and actually do this, I'm not really too sure I want to have my Archer really, that Archer having the one to carry this. I had a feeling I wasn't going to roll 3, and I'm extremely glad I didn't. I did roll 2, so we do have 2 hits. So that shard is almost dead, and what I'm going to do is probably let that tactician pick that up next time, and then, like I said, start moving my Archer over this way. All right. Hi, James. How you doing? You can type in chat because I can see Facebook, Twitter, or Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube chat all in the same screen over here on my TV. All right, so that shard actually has 1 health left, so that we're sitting kind of pretty good there. The minute that last health goes away from this chip, this pillar will actually go onto whoever does that last bit of damage, and then they will kind of be like a carrier. That allows them two things. That gives him one, an extra movement. It also gives him the ability to use his basic attack as an alt attack, which is the only way you can attack Menoetius unless if he's stunned. If he's not stunned, you can't use your basic attacks. So it gets kind of tricky fighting him. But we've done our 2 attacks there. That's pretty much all we have out on the board. I still can't touch my champion. But one thing I have been forgetting to do, and I need to remind myself about this. We do have our crowd favor down here. Whenever you damage one of the pillars or damage Menoetius, you get to move your crowd favor. So one of the first things I want to do is try to go along this row over here. And since I've already done 3 damage to that, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm now closer. I'm 2 away from basically activating my champion. Every 5, you get one of the foothold chips that you have here. So I get one of the spearmen, or I can basically use it as a foothold for the other side. When you place a foothold down on the board, what it does is it blocks that space off, and you are the only person who's able to move onto it. So you can almost maybe box something in a way, or create kind of like a little wall. I've kind of just used them as spearmen. Hi, Brian. How are you? I have all my cats up here with me this evening. So we'll see what happens there. But we are 2 away from basically activating our champion, so we're pretty cool there. I think we are pretty much done with our attack phase because we've done our 2 attacks. The champion can't do anything. So we're going to do our draw right now. And you only start off the game with the 7 chips from your city. And that's pretty much all you have. Okay, cool. I have a Roman attacker. He has 3 health, but his attack is a black, blue, and yellow die. So that is actually really nice. He's one of the ones that we can hopefully maybe get up against Menoetius and start maybe taking off some of those chips that he's been accumulating from those pillars so far. I've just done my draw phase. My phase is over. We're going to go back to the Titan phase, and we're going to go back to Menoetius. I want to make sure I got the right dice here, and I got an extra one, I think. A black, green, 2 blue, 2 yellow. There we go. So we're going to see what he does next, and hopefully he's rather nice to me. I've seen better rolls. He got a hit in this time, so let's see how far he's actually going to move, because he actually is going to get a move, and I think somebody's going to be taking some possible damage over here from the shard. So all right, let's do his move first. His move first is going to be a D6. We're going to roll that. He rolled a 1. 1 to 3. Move 1 towards closest active champion, or actually the active shard. So he's actually going to move towards the shard. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty much the same. He's going to move right here. He will now do a shard slam. We will perform a shard shock. So anybody who is adjacent to an active one is going to lose a health. So our guy right here is going to lose 1 health. That is going to get set off to the side. And any unit holding a shard is going to be stunned and take 1 damage. Luckily, we don't have anybody holding a shard. So that's kind of cool. So that actually wasn't that bad. Now for his hit. We do have 1 hit. I need to roll the 6-sided die to see what type of attack it's going to be. It is a 5. It is a ranged attack at a range of 2. 1, 2. He probably will be able to hit my champion. So his attack is a green, 2 blue. I need those 2 blue and a yellow. So however many hits I get here, my champion is actually going to get damaged, and there's really not much you can do about it. If I would have rolled maybe 2 on his move and he would have been 3 away, that is kind of what I was hoping for. But I rolled that lovely low number there on his move. Wow. And right off the bat, my champion takes 4 hits. He has 10 health. He is down to 6. And I cannot heal him with my tactic because add 2 health to a friendly non-champion unit. So he can't be healed. That was That was a really bad roll there. This game may be over quick, and we may be setting up for a second one if that keeps up. I need a drink of my Powerade here real quick. But it's going to be back to my turn now. Oh boy, what do we do? What do we do? All right, for my deploy phase, who am I going to deploy? I almost want to deploy my Roman attacker over here and start attacking this one. Because if I can pull him down there some, that one will be gone. Maybe I can then loop him around to try to bring him back down towards this way while this guy goes over here to kill this one. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in the Roman attacker, mainly because he has 3 attacks, and hopefully he can kind of burn through. He has 3 health. We're going to plop him right here for my deploy. We're going to see how that goes. All right, for my move, we're going to move our archer 1. This guy we're going to leave there because he's actually going to get that shard no matter what right now. My Roman attacker has an ability of retaliate, so when anybody hits him, he can actually do a damage back, I believe. When I'm hit with a basic attack by an adjacent unit, I do 1 damage back to that attacking unit. So he really isn't going to be able to do much this time. I still can't do anything with my champion because I am that 2 away. So I think we're pretty much kind of done with our movement as of right now. We're going to do some attacking, though. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to finish off this shard. That is going to go to him. We're going to raise that up 1. He is going to now be the shard holder. He can actually damage Menoetius, but I have a feeling if Menoetius gets up next to him and does a hit on him, with his 1 health that's left, he's going to die. I really don't want to use my tactic of regen health on that. I definitely want to try to save that for my Hoplomachus guy over here that actually has that stun ability. But I do have 1 more attack I can do. The archer actually has a long-range attack. His long shot can go up to 4 hexes away. 1, 2, 3. I can actually damage this one, and Menoetius would actually start going towards that one then to pull him away from there. So if I can get a hit here, I did. So this actually just became active. So Menoetius is now 1, 2, 3 away from there, and he's 1, 2, 3, 4 away from this one. So in all actuality, he is headed towards this one right now, hopefully getting away from my gladiator and my champion and everything. Those are the 2 attacks I can do. One thing we did forget right there is I had done it once. I didn't do it that second time, though. I keep forgetting about my crowd favor because we actually just activated our champion. Our footholder archer is going to go right up over here into there, which I can actually deploy. I can deploy that right over here if I want to next turn, which possibly may not be a bad idea because he does have a range of 4. So if we can maybe start getting Menoetius 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, if he's over here 1, 2, 3, 4, he'll be able to hit him if Menoetius moves close to that. So we're kind of lucky there. Since we did just activate our champion, this is going to go back to the center. My champion's going to flip over, become active. I wish he healed when he became active. That would be very nice, but he doesn't. And I think on that note, that is pretty much everything we can do. We've done our attacks. Nobody else can attack. We need to do our draw. And I think this is, our last chip that is going to come out. Yep. It is another archer. That actually could be good. Having a second archer could actually be very good. I'm going to set that bag off to the side because we really don't need it anymore. My 7 chips are now basically on the table. They are not all deployed, but they are pretty much getting ready to be. And I think we're done with our phase and going right on to Menoetius' phase. Let's see what type of fun he brings this round for us. We got a black, a green, 2 blue, 2 yellow. Let's see if the Roman Empire here can actually defeat this Titan. All right, that's actually not that bad of a roll. He's going to do some moving, but I think we're going to be kind of okay with that. Because he's pretty much only going to do is move twice. He will heal that pillar, though. So that pillar is actually going to go back to inactive, which actually may not be that bad of a thing, because that may let us try to possibly pull him away. I could possibly move my champion out of the way here. There's a couple different things we could do here. So let's see where he's going to move. The first roll is a 4. He moves 2 towards the closest active shard. 1, 2. He's just going to move straight right across there. That is pretty much all he needs to do. He doesn't need to move again, so I'm not even going to do the second roll. But because he did his aggressive move, and he is within 2 hexes of a pillar, that pillar gains 2 health and is set to inactive. It's only going to get 1 health. And it's going to go to inactive. And that is going to be it for Menoetius, because that was pretty much all he rolled. So that wasn't as harmful as it could have been. So now what we can do is we can actually possibly start to take Menoetius down a little bit, I think, maybe before we start doing any other. Yeah, I got a couple of ideas what we're going to do here. Okay, we're going to do a deploy. Let's bring in our other archer. Now I'm going to deploy my other archer right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's just out of range where he's at right now. We're going to bring our other archer in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, because he will actually be able to reach him with his long shot with his first strike ability. Oh, he has first strike ability. Yeah. Yeah, he will be able to reach him with his long shot. Because I think first strike unit can attack. Yeah, because it doesn't say it has to be a basic attack. It just says can attack. So we're going to let that mean an alt attack can happen as well. Okay, so there's our deploy. For our move, I think what we're going to do is we're going to move our Roman attacker. What I want to do is he has a 2 movement. I'm going to go 1, 2. Because what I'm going to try to do is maybe bring Menoetius out a little bit over this way. And then let my archers maybe pull him back to that side. So that was that move. The one other move I want to do is my range on my archer is 2. So if I move him here, 1, 2, he can attack him with his normal shot. And I think what I want to do is move this guy here to give him an extra yellow. Although he can only attack, he's not stunned. So that means I can only attack him with my alt attack, and I can only attack him with my alt attack. So I'd only be attacking him with 1 yellow die. I can't do the first strike with this guy. Well, I can do the first strike, but I can't do his normal attack. It'll be an alt attack. Okay. So there's our movement. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do for our movement. I'm going to have to get our other guy in here quick to start stunning him, so my archers can start picking him apart. I wonder if I should have done my archer, but we're not, or my Hoplomachus that time, but we're not going to go backwards. We've gone back on a couple things before, but this time I think we've already gone past that because I've already done too much movement. So we're gonna call that one. I think we're on our attacks right now. For my attacks, what we're going to do is each of my archers is going to do a long shot. So each of them is going to roll a yellow die. So let's do the far one over there. We got a hit. So it's going to be 1 off of him. And that's going to give us 1 crowd favor. Hey, yeah, I remember how to do that. I want... I don't know if it really matters. They're pretty much all the same. Oh, I wonder if I couldn't deploy over here until I unlocked this one. Is you may now use all deployment hexes. I may have made a small mistake there, so if I did, oops. I did not realize that. I forgot these had abilities, and I think what we're going to do is go for the attack roll next. But yeah, I may have made a mistake there by actually deploying that one there early on. But can't take that back now. We're going to have to go with it. It's still going to be a very hard game, and I don't think I gave myself that much of an advantage doing that. So that was the one archer. For the other archer, we're going to go with an attack. Okay, he missed. So that is both of my attacks. He doesn't have a ranged attack. So I think that is going to be it for me, and we're going to be on to our draw phase. We have no more chips to draw because all of those are out. So we're going to give the dice a good shake, and hopefully... Oh, that green one bounced out. Hopefully... Oh, of course, it ended up being a hit. We got some stuff going on right now. I keep rolling the black and the green hits for the aggressive move, which kind of stinks there. And I'm hoping the last time when I did that, when he had that aggressive move, I can't remember if that was before or after he had picked up that shard, because he might have supposed to be dead right there. But I think he... oh, well, no. Yeah, he's going to die right now, because there's really nothing I'm going to be able to do to save it. Oh, no. I didn't roll this shard slam before, so that's okay. We're good there. We're good. I didn't make a mistake. I'm double trying to think too much, and I'm overthinking the game right now and making it much harder than it possibly should be. Let's take care of our two moves. In all actuality, the closest active shard is going to be this guy right here. So that's where he is actually going to move towards, since he inactivated this one. A 4. He's going to move 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Either way he goes, it's going to be pretty much the same. And then again, 5. He's going to move 3. So he's actually going to be right next to him there. All right. So that is his move. Since this pillar has already been taken, until this guy dies, that pillar will fall out on the board. I then would have to move somebody else on top of that to pick it up, which is not going to be good, because I really don't want to pick that up with my champion. And my next closest guy is all the way probably over here, so we're going to have to get one of these other guys in here to be able to do that. Shard Shock is what's going to happen next. All active shards do 1 damage to adjacent units. Menuetius is immune. He doesn't take any damage. This guy does, though. So both of these guys are down to 1 health. And then we're going to have to see what Menuetius does for his attack. As long as we don't roll a 6 here, we might be okay. And we rolled a 6. I think both of those guys are now going to die. So let's see what happens. We got 2 blue, a green, and a yellow. This is going to be a ranged attack against 3 units. If any unit takes 2 or more damage, that unit is stunned. So if I roll 1 hit, oh, unbelievable. I will hold that up to the camera, and there are no hits. Going from 4 hits to my champion to no hits to those guys, how they just survived that attack, I have no idea. But you know what? Sometimes the dice, they like me. Sometimes they hate me. What do you know? So both of those guys survived. So my archer needs to kind of get the hell out of there right now. So he isn't attacked anymore. But that is the end of the Titan phase. My phase is going to be, we're going to I think we're going to deploy... I think we're going to deploy the guy who can stun him and try to start attacking him. 2, 3, 4. And I think we're going to deploy him right over here. Just so he's kind of out of the way of an attack, possibly. Because he has a movement, so maybe next time he can come over here and then do an attack if he needs to. So that's where we're going to deploy, because you can use these. I might not have been able to put that one down here, like I said earlier. I'll have to look that up on Board Game Geek. I'm not 100% certain on that one. I don't know if some of these actually change when you're playing the solo game like that. They may not. So that was my deploy. For my move, I need to get my archer the heck out of there. So I kind of want to get my archer away from him. So we're going to move the archer there. Because he has a move. 1, 2. He can start going after that. And I'm going to move my tactician. He has a 3 move. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to let him chase us. Because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's still closer than this. So if I can get my archers to start picking this off, because I can move this archer 1. I can move my champion 1. My champion only has 1 range. He has 2, but he can do that. He's within close enough range. We need to move him over to here. So we could possibly start getting 3 of these kind of going right now with the way we have this set up. So that was all my movement. We've moved everybody. Let's start doing our attacks. This guy's trying to pull him away. He's not going to attack. This guy we set up at the beginning. He can only move next time and not do anything else. Let's go with this one first. I'm going to get a black, a blue, and a yellow die. And it would be nice to be able to do 3. I got 1 hit on there. So there's 1. That's going to activate. And we need to move up our crowd favor 1. We have a black and a yellow over here for our 1 archer. He missed completely. We have a long shot over here with that archer. He missed completely. My champion only has 1 range, or one attack, 1 spot for his attack, so he doesn't have anything ranged. I think that's kind of it for our thing. And now I really wish I would have put, next time I'm going to deploy my spearman, try to get him over here, stun him, and let the spearman start trying to pick him off. That may not be that bad of a tactic there. That may actually kind of work. I think I've done all my attacks. I think I've done everything I can. Menowetius now gets to do his move since I don't have anything else to draw from. So we got our green, black, blue, and yellows. And let's do a roll. Hi, Jennifer. All right, let's see what we got. He got a hit, so this could be bad. There could be some damage that is going to happen here. And he's got double movement. I always roll that damn double movement. So let's do that first. Four. Move 2 towards the closest shard or champion. He is going to be the closest shard. And he's going to go 1, 2. So he's pretty much next to him. I guess I really don't need to roll again since he's already next to that guy. He's not really going to move again. He's in the most opportune spot, so we don't need to roll for that again. Shard Shock does go off. Since this guy is carrying one, he actually doesn't take any damage. It is just to adjacent. This guy will take 1 damage, though, since this is active over here. And now Menuetius gets to actually do an attack. So let's see what his attack is, and let's see if he is actually going to kill. He's going to do a range attack of 2. So he's just going to attack the guy that's next to him, because he attacks the shard unit first, and that is the weakest unit as well. So he gets to roll a green, 2 blue, and a yellow. 2 hits. I'm glad I didn't waste a heal on him, because even if I would have healed him, he only has 2 health. So he is going to depart from the Colosseum. This shard actually goes inactive and sits there until somebody actually moves on top of it to pick it up. So when one is dropped like this, you actually have to move on top of it and stop to pick it up. You can't just move over it. So let's say this was one of my characters, and I was here and I wanted to do like a move of 3. I can't go 1, 2, 3. Well, I couldn't move through Menuetius, but I couldn't go 1, 2, 3. To be able to pick this up, what you have to do is you have to move, stop, and that is pretty much it. You will then pick that up. So I had read that on Board Game Geek as well. So he's already taken one of our gladiators from us, but we still have more coming and more on our way, because it's going to be back to us. And we're going to actually deploy 1, 2, he only gets 3 health. We're going to deploy one of these. That's our deploy. For our move, I'm going to move this guy here. I'm going to move my champion there. I'm going to move him here to try to stun Menuetius, because Menuetius is going to start moving over towards probably this shard, because even if I activate this one's going to still be the closer one, since he's kind of like on that side of the table, because you figure it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 6 no matter what you do. All right. I think I've done all my movements, because I'm not going to move this guy, because I kind of just want him to pick away at this one. This guy's going to try to activate that one. So I think that's it. Let's start to do our attacks. So for our first attack, let's actually see if we can stun Menuetius, although nobody's really close to him to attack him. Nope. Next time that would be a little bit better, because the spearman will actually be able to attack, so that will be all right. But let's start attacking some of these pillars. Let's go after this one first. We got a black, blue, and a yellow. 2 hits. Nice. 1, 2. That's going to go 2 up more in our crowd favor. And he is going to get 2 more health. So he's actually stacking up with health. But hopefully once we get a couple of these chips, we can start piling on him and start whittling him down. I think let's do a black and a yellow for our 1 archer. He got a hit. This is going to give us, I can now re-roll 1 basic attack die. We're going to reset this. And I have another archer over here. Nice. 2 hits. 1, 2. And now my problem is if my champion fights this, he will be the one to pick it up. I don't really think I want him holding that. That's a tough decision. That is a tough decision if I want him to hold that or not. That could... It could go both ways. It could go good or it could go bad. If he does pick it up, I don't have to worry about that stun, and he can go in and just start trying to chop him down. I think we're going to play the game a little crazy, and we're going to go for it. I got 2 black and a green, and he got a hit. So he's actually going to pick that shard up. And then this one's going to go to Menoetius. And I'm going to... I guess we'll start going over to this one. All right. I've done all my attacks over there. I did my attack over here. Archer can my guy can attack over there. My that missed. Blah blah blah. Draw phase. There is none. Titan phase. So let's see where he goes this time. All right, we need a black, a green, 2 blue, and 2 yellow. And I'm wondering now if picking that up with my champion was the wrong thing to do. Especially since he just rolled 2 hits. Oh, that really could have been the wrong thing to do. Oh boy, because that's a double strike. So let's see here. He is going to move towards the closest active shard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. He's also going to move towards the champion. So since he is 5 away, I probably really screwed up here because he is going to move towards my champion. Because that is the way that works. You look at the first movement first, the closest active shard, and then the second one is the champion. And since my champion is holding an active shard, that is right where Menoetius is going to go. I may have made a very big error in judgment here. A 1. He moves 1. I'll buy that. We will move him here. I will buy that. Holy cow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So he is going to do an attack, and actually I think what he may be attacking here is he may go after my spearmint up there. So let's actually roll this, and then I'll explain how this is going to work. So we need that, a blue, and then a yellow. Actually, let's roll the 6-sided die first. So we rolled a 3, so it's a melee attack. Oh no, he's going to go after this guy. Oh, and I don't want this guy to die because that's my stun guy. Oh no. He does have an absorb. 3 hits. So he's going to absorb 1. So he'll take 2. Now, if I roll another 2, this guy could die, and my game could pretty much be just about over here. Because my archers are pretty much going to be useless. And he took 3 hits. He's dead. And I'm not going to be able to bring him back. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Wow, that stunk. That was a kick to the gut. That was a definite kick to the gut there. Because pretty much now I'm only going to be able to attack him with people who are holding shards. So we need to, everybody's going to need to pick up a shard here and just start piling up upon him to start doing this. Oh, man. All right. Well, there's not much we can do other than continue trying. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our deploy. And we're going to have to deploy our tactician. And I think we're just going to have to put him here and have him start plucking down on this. He does have initiative. Initiative will give him, can move the same turn it is deployed. So he's going to move here. And that's what he's going to do. My archer's going to move here. Well, actually, I don't need to move my archer because he's not stunned. So I'm going to have to use my long shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can move here. 2, 3, 4. They can both attack him with the long shot. I think what I'm going to do is move my champion back here, just so it's an extra space for Menoetius to try to move to, because that's where he's coming towards right now. Because right now he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's no way. Oh, you know what I could do? This guy was here. If I move him here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's worse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's about as far away as I can get him. I can move him here. I think that's what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yep, they're still both within range of that. All right, let's start doing our attacks. We got a black, blue, yellow. That is a hit. So he is going to pick up that one. And I just thought of something for my movement that I completely forgot about when I just picked that up. Let's do our crowd favor real quick. Anybody that's holding one of the pillars actually gets +1 movement. Totally forgot about that. So I can actually move my... He was originally here. I can go 1, 2 and move him back to here, which will get him a little further away, because now I think they're about even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. They're even. So he will still come towards the champion. I hate to say it. Damn. I should have moved this guy up to there. This way he would have come towards him instead, because this guy does have 2 movement. We're going to do that because I had forgotten about that, him having 2 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is now the closest active shard. We may have fudged that a little bit, but this is a solo game. You're allowed to. I think I've moved up all my crowd favors. Hopefully I haven't forgotten any of my crowd favors, because that would be kind of a bummer if I did. Other than that, I think that is pretty much everybody's move. He can't attack until next turn. That guy can attack because there's no stun. So Menoetius is going to be moving next. Black, green, 2 blue, 2 yellow. Oh, I'm really bummed that my stun guy actually came out. Oh yeah, now I roll all misses. He is going to do 1 move. And let's keep that in the tray there. That's a 4. He moves 2. 1, 2, towards the closest active shard. All right, that wasn't that bad. My turn. We're going to get to do a deploy. We can actually deploy, although it's not really going to mean anything. We can actually deploy this guy here. I need somebody to go over and pick up that shard over there. And I really don't have too many guys left because I already lost 2 guys. Losing that guy with that stun was basically a big time game changer. Well, I guess we're going to have to send over this archer with 1 health and put him over there. I will move him over here 2. I'm going to move him 1. I think we're just going to start piling on him. Hopefully I can get this archer over here to pick this up, which will activate 3 because we can be taking him down, but we can't kill him until 3 are active. So I may even start moving this guy up here some because he has a 3 movement. And not even, I mean, it would be nice if I can get this gladiator out, but I think we need to start taking him down. If we can start taking him down, and we may have a chance here. So we're going to move him up 1, 2, 3. We're going to move him here. All of those moved already. And I think that's it for my movement. So now since this guy's holding a shard, he is actually going to get to do his normal attack, his basic attack of black, blue, yellow, and he gets an extra yellow from strategic attack. And we got 2 hits. So let's start whittling him down some. That's going to go up 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both of my archers can roll a long shot attack. We got 2 hits from them. Each one hit once. I just rolled those dice together. This is going to give me an extra one, so that's 1. Then we'll start working our way up there. If we can whittle him down, there may be a chance here. That was all my moves, all my attacks. So next it's going to be Menoetius, I believe. I think I've done everything. Black, green, 2 blue, 2 yellow. All right, no hits, but we got the big shock, which could hurt a little bit. All right, let's see here. So, aggressive move. He's already nearest the closest active shard. So he's not going to move. He does do a shard slam. So what that's going to do is it's going to perform a shard shock. This guy's going to take 1 damage. I might run out of people here to be able to do this. And also, because it's a shard slam, the actual holder takes 1 as well and becomes stunned. So he gets flipped over until the next round. So he's stunned and pretty much can't do anything. Which, he was my 1 big attack there. That kind of stinks. That was a bad roll, that double blue. The dice are good for me 1 round and bad for me the next. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Thanks for joining in. All right, things are not looking good for the home team here. Rome is not doing good in the Colosseum today. Menoetius is taking a wallop on my guys, but we're going to try to prevail here and try to see what we can do. We have a deploy. We can actually deploy this guy out. Not like it's going to do anything, but I guess let's just do it just because we can. 1, 2, 3. He has 3 health. God, I wish that stun guy wouldn't have died there. Ugh. That was our deploy. For our move, we can't move our stunned guy. I think what I might do is 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try to send this guy over to pick up that other shard. Because I have a feeling this guy's going to drop this one, and I may have to have this guy come over here and pick this up. Let's bring him in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those guys are still within 4. I think we're going to move them a little. Oh, they can't attack there. So the best we can do is basically move him up here. I forgot that they can't attack there. Is that only... Can you not attack? I got to do a quick roll check here. I think those spots can be deployed. Units are limited to movement only. Yeah, you can only move through those. I don't think you can attack. I mean, that's when deploying. I might have to look that up on Board Game. You can actually see if once after they're deployed, if those spots do become active. I never thought about that before up until right now in several of the games I've played. We're gonna play that that those can only be moved through though. They can't be attacked from. So I may be playing a more advanced, harder game, and if I lose, I lose. We always have next week to try again. All right. I think everybody has done their movement. Do we have any more attacks? We have to do all of our attacks. I could heal. Can you heal a stunned unit? I guess that's another question. That I am not sure of. I don't know if you can heal a stunned unit or not. We're going to heal him. Considering I'm in such bad shape, I'm going to go ahead and heal my stunned unit because it says you can use it on himself. Well, let me see what stun says here. Roll 1 blue die. A stunned unit must be flipped over and ignores all stats and effects but its health. Stunned beasts cannot lock players in place. Champions and bosses can be stunned by a gladiator, not a tactic. I hate to say I don't think I can heal him with that since he's stunned. And I could be wrong, but I don't think I can. So we're not going to. If he dies, and we'll pick things back up. All right, for my attacks, this guy is going to get 1 attack with his basic attack. So we're going to move up to here. Both of my archers are going to get to roll. And they both miss because they both suck. So I think that's pretty much about it for my attacks. It's going to be back to him, and he's going to start cleaning house on me, I think. Black, green, 2 blue, 2 yellow. Because he gets a hit in here. This is going to be it for me. So at the beginning of his turn, this guy would actually probably unstun. Because he got stunned on Menoetius' turn, and he did get a hit and some movement in here. So, yeah, I have a feeling he's not long for the Colosseum. All right. Oh, that was silly to leave him here because he's going to take a damage now. So, movement. He's closest to the closest active shard, so he's not actually going to do a move. There's no healing that he can do. Shard Shock does go off. Any active ones are going to damage adjacent people. This guy's going to take a damage right over here. And he is now going to attack, so I need a green. 2 blue, and a yellow. And let's see what happens. The dice are crazy tonight. Again, I am extremely lucky in that there are 0 hits, and this guy has survived, and I may be able to heal him. I think I need scotch in here instead of Powerade. Because right about now, my nerves are kind of shot. They survived. How I haven't the slightest idea, but they survived. So, for my deploy phase, I really don't have anybody to deploy. I can do my tactic to heal this guy for 2. Which might keep him around a little bit longer. And I just got to start my move. He can move over here and actually pick up and activate this shard. So 3 are active now. One, 2, 3, 4. If I move him here, he will be away from my gladiator. Let's move him over here. And let's move him here because he needs to move, get over to this spot. Oh, and he gets 2 movement. I don't know if I moved him 2 last time. Oh, I probably didn't. My fault for forgetting that. Damn. All right. Everybody now gets to do some attacks. This guy's just going to be the straight black, blue, yellow. Two hits. Close to that gladiator. And then my 2 archers. 2 more hits. I'll take it. 1, that will give me that foothold. And then 1 more. 4 more hits on him, and my gladiator might be able to come into play, which could be a saving grace here, because if I can get my gladiator possibly brought in, like right here, and just start whomping on him, that may be the thing to do. So let's see. I think that's everybody right now. Everybody's done their attacks. Man, it would be so nice if these guys were just able to attack him. He'd be dead right now, probably. But we lost our stunner, so the stunner is gone. Menoetius now gets to do some fun stuff to us. Just give me 1 more turn where there's not many hits, not many hits, not many hits, not many hits. Blue and yellow. I might be able to live with that. His move, he's not going to move. He is closest to the closest active shard, because he is 1 away. He's 2 away from the champion, or he would be trying to move towards him. Shard shot goes off. So actually, that's kind of funny, because he is over here and that's active. One of my spearmen actually take a damage, but nobody else does. So that's kind of cool. So I think that's going to be it for Menoetius. It's going to be back to us. We can't deploy our last spearman because we don't have the last spot here cleared off. For movement, I think what we're going to do is move him here and move him over here, mainly because I don't want them standing next to each other. Because they can damage each other. Now my only problem is my tactician over there can't really do an attack because he can't be here. So I really don't want him, I don't want them damaging each other with him only having 1 health. So I think what I might do is possibly just Maybe move him. He has 3 movement. I might just move him back over to here, onto that spot, to try to just keep him away from everybody. Let these 2 guys try to just take him out, as well as my long shots from over here, and see what happens. If we can survive a couple more turns here, we may actually, even with a few mistakes, be victorious here. So, all right, let's see what happens. Black, blue, yellow. I mean, if I moved him up here, I could roll an extra yellow die. But then I really don't want to lose this guy because he does only have 1 health. And I used my heal already to keep this guy alive. So 3 hits. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if that could get any better than that because 1, 2, 3. I get 1 more hit and the gladiator will be able to come out. And we have 2 black and a green right now. Yeah, Bob, hey, it is pretty cool. It's Hoplomachus. I think this is like the second game that was out in the set. There is Hoplomachus, the Lost Cities, I think is the first one. Then you had Rise of Rome, and then you had another one, which is a smaller type of Colosseum, I guess you could say. There's different maps for the game, and all the maps are really nice. I mean, the mats are just, just downright gorgeous. They're neoprene mats that are just, have the sewn on the outside, the stitching on the outside. The Rise of Rome, this Colosseum looks different than some of the other maps. And I think there's different cities. This one comes with Rome and Pompeii. I think the Lost Cities came with a couple other ones. This was on Kickstarter as well. It's a couple years old. You can play this multiple ways, and I didn't even mention that at the beginning. I'm playing this solo against a Titan. You can do co-op against a Titan, or you can do players against players. So you can do like Rome against the Pompeii gladiators and just have 2 people fight against each other. Kim and I haven't tried that yet. I do want to give this a shot, actually playing it against Kim, not co-op either. All right, my gladiator. We need a hit here, people. 3 hits. 3 flippin' hits. All right. That 1, 2, 3. He has 2 left. Gladiator can now be deployed. He will be on my next turn. He is Sextus the Secutor. He has 6 health, and his normal attack is black, green, blue, which I just thought of really isn't going to help out much. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Isn't really going to help out much, mainly because I lost the one guy who could actually stun him. So these 2 guys are going to have to just... He doesn't have an alt attack, so he isn't going to be able to do crap for me. I didn't know which one I had. I think there's 2 different gladiators that you can do. There's another one in the box. There's and I randomly drew him, so that was the one I drew. And that's the one we're kind of stuck with. So, all right, Menuetius is next. As long as he doesn't kill one of my 2 guys here right now, we may actually be victorious with a little asterisk because of maybe not being able to deploy that one character out there. But shh, we won't tell anybody. All right, so we got a black, green, 2 blue, 2 yellow. All right, as long as we don't get any yellows, no yellow hits, no yellow hits, no yellow hits, no yellow hits. 1 yellow hit. All right, and we got this oh boy. Crap. Well, we're not going to win this turn, people, because both of my shard holders will take a point of damage and are stunned. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They're not going to. He's not going to move, but both of these guys are going to take 1 point of damage because they are shard holders. They are going to get stunned. And he gets to do an attack now. Man, I got too happy too soon there. Let's roll our d6. A 1. It is a melee attack. He is going to attack this guy for 2 hits. Oh no. That kills him. That shard flips over. Alright, so now I gotta try to get somebody else over there to pick this up. I think what the smartest thing to do would probably try to get my gladiator over there. But let's actually see what happens here. That's the end of Menoetius' round. He just killed one of my guys. We're now on our deploy phase. We're going to deploy this guy. He has 6 health. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to throw him as close to this shard as I can. He does have 2 movement, so next time he will be able to pick this up. But he can't attack him. The only thing that could possibly happen here... Oh, and it can't. Because when he died, this flips over to inactive. I was going to say, I am going to get an attack right now with my archers. 1, 2, yeah. But we can't kill Menoetius. We can take him down to 1 health, but we can't kill him because you need 3 active shards to be able to kill him. So right now the best I can do is... yeah, because I don't believe a character can hold 2 shards. Basic attacks become alt attacks for any unit holding a shard and grant the holder +1 range, +1 movement range. Yeah, I'm pretty sure one guy can only hold 1 shard, so we're gonna play that way. So we're gonna do an attack with my archers. So each one of those is gonna, and they both missed anyway, so that kind of stinks. And I think that's pretty much going to be it. It's going to be back to Menoetius. My champion's going to unstun at the beginning of Menoetius' turn because that's when he basically got stunned, so we'll just unstun him. And let's see what type of trouble he is going to cause for us now. I think we're close to the end of the game here. Because either the champion's going to die or Menoetius is going to here. Okay, we actually may have survived 1 more round, luckily. Because Menoetius is going to not even move because I didn't roll a black. So he's not going to move. Shard Shock does go off, but both of my active shards aren't adjacent to any of my characters. Menoetius is immune to them. He didn't attack me, and that's pretty much going to be it for him. He pretty much did nothing for me that turn, thank goodness. It's going to be back to me. We're going to deploy. We don't have anything to deploy. For our move, this guy does have 2 movement. He's going to come over here, activate this shard. He can't attack Menoetius. Oh, he can attack Menoetius now because he holds a shard. I didn't even think about that. He is going to be able to attack. All right. Let's do the archers first. The archers have kind of been picking away at Menoetius, so we're just going to see if they can kill him off here right now. He does have 2 health. We roll 1 hit. All right. We are 1 away from defeating him. I got to let my champion try to win this one. 2 black and a green. And I think the black are... there is only 1 spot on the die. So with 2 black and a green, the likelihood of the champion not killing him right now is possibly very low. We got a hit on one of the black dice. Menoetius is defeated. That is it for that Titan. So that was a close one. I completely forgot that with him picking up a shard, since that one was there, that will allow him to use his basic attack as an attack had we needed it. But there you go. This is Hoplomachus, Rise of Rome. Very cool solo game. This is going to be the game I play for August on my Wednesday night game stream. And we're going to try one of the other Titans next week. I think there's 4 Titans in here. And I believe they get progressively harder. The last one that I will probably fight is Oceanos. And I've seen him fought before. And he actually deploys other gladiators. So I will actually not only have the purple gladiator tokens from Rome that I had played with this game, I will also have out, I believe they are the orange gladiator tokens from Pompeii. He will be summoning those gladiators as we're fighting him, but that's for another time. Oh, thank you, Debbie. I did just win. And it was a very, very exciting win. It pretty much came down to the end. He took out, wow, what, 4 of my guys over here? I lost 4 of my guys. 3 guys. That was a tactic. So he took out 3 of my guys. I wasn't able to use my lovely spearmen that were there. That would have really, really come in handy. But pretty cool game. The game, Chip Theory Games, if you've never seen their games before, a lot of all their games pretty much are utilizing like these nice, really thick sized poker chips. And as you can kind of hear, you know, they have some good heft and weight to them, and they feel great when they're on the table. The health chips, since this isn't the Kickstarter edition, these are a little bit, they're not as heavy, but they do sell actual health chips that have like a little heart or something on them, and they're a little bit heavier style of a chip. But we also we picked up too many bones from them when we were at Origins, because I just wanted to learn that one. Like I said, they did give this one to us as a review copy. So since they were kind enough to do that, I figured let's play this and focus on this game. Like I said, it is a little bit older. They have had a couple of these games out on Kickstarter already, but you know, even if a game isn't the newest and shiniest that's out at Gencant right now, it's still a good game, and it's still a hell of a lot of fun. And if you've never played it before, like I said, either solo playthrough or co-op to fight against the Titan, or just against each other. Which I need to teach Kim this game so we can try that already and just do some gladiator combat, which sounds really cool. But I think that's going to be it for the night, everybody. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the playthrough of Hoplomachus. We're going to be streaming throughout the weekend. Hopefully we can do some streaming tomorrow night. I know Kim is going to be working, so I don't know if I will be able to do a solo stream tomorrow night or not. If I have to, I may have to come on here and try to play something, because we want to try to play some things for Gen Con. Since we can't be at Gen Con, which is going on right now, we want to participate in Gencant. This was our first game for Gencant, and hopefully it's going to be a good weekend because we started off with a win here in this one. But thank you, everybody, for joining us in the chat. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube channel, youtube.com/whatimplayingnow, on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/whatimplayingnow. Give us a like on Facebook as well. But other than that, we will be back tomorrow night, probably around the same time. I'm guessing probably around 8 p.m. Eastern time is when I will be able to probably get back on and do another stream. But we're going to call it a night for right now, everybody. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you later. If you are at Gen Con, enjoy the show. And we're following along on social media to see what is all being talked on out there. And so far, some of the things we've seen have looked really, really cool. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.